New Zealand is an island nation located in the southwestern Pacific Ocean and is known around the world for its breathtaking natural beauty, mountains, lakes, glaciers, green landscapes, and peaceful lifestyle. The country is made up mainly of two large islands called the North Island and the South Island, along with many smaller islands. Wellington is the capital city, while Auckland is the largest and most populated urban center. The history of New Zealand began with the arrival of the Maori people, who were Polynesian explorers that reached the islands more than 700 years ago using advanced ocean navigation skills. Maori tribes developed their own language, traditions, culture, and warrior society across the islands. European exploration began in the 17th century when Dutch explorer Abel Tasman arrived near the islands in 1642. Later, British explorer James Cook mapped much of the coastline during the 18th century. In the 19th century, British settlers arrived in large numbers. In 1840, Maori chiefs and the British Crown signed the Treaty of Waitangi, which is considered the founding document of modern New Zealand. Over time, conflicts occurred between Maori communities and British settlers over land and political control. Eventually, New Zealand developed into a self-governing British colony and later became an independent nation while remaining part of the Commonwealth. Today, Maori culture remains an important and respected part of national identity. New Zealand covers an area of around 268,000 square kilometers and has a population of over 5 million people. Even though the country is geographically large, the population is relatively small, which gives New Zealand wide open spaces, low population density, and clean natural environments. English is the main language, while Maori and New Zealand Sign Language are also official languages. New Zealand does not share land borders with any country because it is surrounded entirely by the Pacific Ocean and the Tasman Sea. Its closest neighboring country is Australia, located across the Tasman Sea to the west. Other nearby Pacific nations include Fiji, Tonga, and Samoa. The geography of New Zealand is extremely diverse and dramatic. The country has snow-covered mountains, volcanoes, rivers, lakes, fjords, beaches, forests, and fertile farmland. Because of its unique geography, New Zealand is often used as a filming location for international movies, including The Lord of the Rings, The Fellowship of the Ring and related films. The South Island contains the Southern Alps, the country's largest mountain range. The highest mountain is Aoraki, Mount Cook, standing at about 3,724 meters. The North Island is known for volcanic landscapes, hot springs, and geothermal activity, especially around Rotorua and Taupo. New Zealand also experiences earthquakes because it lies near the boundary of major tectonic plates. Many rivers flow through New Zealand and are important for agriculture, hydroelectric power, and tourism. The Waikato River is the longest river in the country and flows through the North Island. Other important rivers include the Clutha River, Waitaki River, and Wanganui River. New Zealand is also famous for beautiful lakes such as Lake Taupo, Lake Tekapo, and Lake Wakatipu. The country has several important cities. Auckland is the largest city and financial center, famous for harbors, skyscrapers, and multicultural communities. Wellington is the capital city and known for government institutions, arts, and windy coastal scenery. Christchurch is the largest city in the South Island and is famous for English-style gardens and rebuilding efforts after earthquakes. Queenstown is internationally famous for adventure tourism, skiing, and mountain scenery. Other important cities include Hamilton, Dunedin, Tauranga, Napier, and Rotorua. New Zealand has a strong airport network despite its relatively small population. Auckland Airport is the country's busiest international airport and serves as the main gateway for travelers. Other important airports include Wellington Airport, Christchurch Airport, Queenstown Airport, and Dunedin Airport. Domestic air travel is common because of the mountainous geography and distances between islands. Religion in New Zealand is diverse, but the country is considered one of the more secular nations in the world. Christianity remains the largest religion, including Catholic and Protestant communities, but a growing number of people identify as non-religious. There are also smaller communities of Hindus, Muslims, Buddhists, Sikhs, and Maori spiritual traditions. The country strongly supports freedom of religion and multiculturalism. New Zealand is widely respected for its peaceful society, environmental protection, democratic system, and high quality of life. Agriculture, dairy farming, tourism, film production, education, and technology are important parts of the economy. The country is famous for sheep farming, rugby culture, stunning natural scenery, and friendly people. Because of its clean environment, safety, and modern infrastructure, New Zealand is often ranked among the best countries in the world for living, studying, and tourism. Sports are a major part of life in New Zealand, and the country is internationally respected for producing world-class athletes despite its small population. Rugby is the national passion and most popular sport. The national rugby team, New Zealand National Rugby Union Team, also known as the All Blacks, is one of the most famous sports teams in the world and is known for performing the traditional Maori haka before matches. Cricket is also extremely popular, especially during international tournaments. Other important sports include football, netball, basketball, sailing, tennis, golf, and cycling. New Zealand is also known for adventure sports because of its mountains and natural landscapes. Activities such as skiing, snowboarding, bungee jumping, hiking, mountain biking, and water sports attract both locals and tourists. Queenstown is often called the adventure capital of the world because of its extreme sports tourism. The weather in New Zealand is generally mild and comfortable compared to many countries. Because it lies in the southern hemisphere, seasons are opposite to Europe and North America. Summer lasts from December to February, while winter lasts from June to August. The North Island is warmer and more subtropical, while the South Island experiences cooler temperatures and snowfall in mountain regions. Coastal areas usually have moderate weather throughout the year. Rainfall is common because of ocean winds, especially on the western side of the South Island. Mountain regions can become very cold in winter, making them ideal for skiing. Food in New Zealand reflects a mix of British, Maori, Pacific Island, and Asian influences. Fresh seafood, dairy products, lamb, fruits, and vegetables are very important in local cuisine because of the country's strong agriculture industry. One of the most famous foods is hongi, where meat and vegetables are slowly cooked underground using heated stones. Another well-known food is fish and chips, which remains very popular throughout the country. New Zealand is internationally famous for high-quality lamb dishes, meat pies, and fresh seafood such as mussels, salmon, and oysters. Pavlova is one of the country's most famous desserts, made from meringue, cream, and fruit. Kiwi fruit, which became internationally associated with New Zealand, is also an important agricultural product. Coffee culture is very strong, especially in cities like Wellington and Auckland, where cafes are part of daily life. The train system in New Zealand is smaller than those in Europe or Japan because of the country's geography and low population density, but trains are famous for scenic journeys. Services such as the Northern Explorer, Coastal Pacific, and Transalpine offer some of the world's most beautiful railway experiences through mountains, forests, and coastal regions. Urban rail networks operate mainly in Auckland and Wellington for commuter transportation. Freight rail also plays a major role in transporting goods across the country. Buses are widely used for public transport and long-distance travel. Major cities such as Auckland, Wellington, and Christchurch have organized public bus systems that connect suburbs, business districts, schools, and shopping areas. Intercity buses are popular for tourism and budget travel because they connect most towns and cities across both islands. Tour companies also provide buses for tourists visiting national parks, ski resorts, lakes, and adventure destinations. Education in New Zealand is considered among the best in the world and follows a modern Western-style system. Schooling is compulsory for children, and the literacy rate is extremely high. Public schools are funded by the government, while private and international schools are also available. English is the main language of education, though Maori language programs are also supported to preserve indigenous culture. New Zealand universities are highly respected internationally. Major universities include University of Auckland, Victoria University of Wellington, and University of Otago. Many international students choose New Zealand because of its safe environment, high education standards, and English language programs. The country focuses strongly on science, environmental studies, medicine, engineering, agriculture, and technology education. Students are encouraged to develop creativity, research skills, and practical learning abilities rather than only memorization. Maori culture and history are also increasingly included in educational programs to strengthen national identity and cultural understanding. Daily life in New Zealand is often described as peaceful, outdoor-oriented, and family-friendly. People enjoy nature, sports, beaches, hiking, and community activities. The country is known for clean cities, low corruption, safety, and a relaxed lifestyle. Because of its strong economy, high living standards, and natural beauty, New Zealand is considered one of the best countries in the world for tourism, study, and quality of life. New Zealand is known for its peaceful lifestyle, clean cities, strong economy, beautiful landscapes, and modern shopping culture. Even though the country has a smaller population compared to many nations, it offers a high standard of living and excellent infrastructure that attract tourists, students, and skilled workers from around the world. Shopping in New Zealand combines modern malls, luxury brands, local markets, and handmade cultural products. In Auckland, one of the most famous shopping destinations is Sylvia Park, which is among the country's largest malls and includes international fashion brands, restaurants, cinemas, and entertainment centers. Westfield Newmarket is another modern luxury shopping center popular with locals and tourists. In Wellington, Lambton Quay and Cuba Street are famous for cafes, fashion stores, bookstores, and local designer shops. Christchurch also has modern shopping districts and outdoor markets. Tourists often buy Maori artwork, wool products, skincare items, wine, honey, and outdoor adventure clothing. New Zealand is especially famous for Manuka honey, dairy products, and high-quality wool clothing. The birth rate in New Zealand is moderate and has gradually decreased over the years, similar to many developed countries. Families today often choose to have fewer children because of urban lifestyles, career priorities, and living costs. The death rate remains relatively low due to strong healthcare services and high living standards. Life expectancy is high, and the country has a growing elderly population. Immigration also plays an important role in population growth because many skilled workers and students move to New Zealand each year. People in New Zealand work in many different occupations. Agriculture remains very important, especially dairy farming, sheep farming, fruit production, and wine industries. Tourism is another major employer because millions of visitors travel to the country every year for nature and adventure tourism. Many people also work in healthcare, education, construction, information technology, engineering, banking, filmmaking, transportation, and retail industries. The country is internationally famous for exporting dairy products, meat, wool, seafood, and agricultural goods. Technology and digital industries are also growing rapidly, especially in Auckland and Wellington. New Zealand became globally recognized in the film industry because movies like The Lord of the Rings, The Return of the King and The Hobbit, An Unexpected Journey were filmed there. Tourism creates thousands of jobs in hotels, airlines, restaurants, tour operations, and adventure sports businesses. New Zealand's visa system is considered organized and welcoming for tourists, students, and skilled professionals. Citizens from many countries can enter visa-free or with electronic travel authorization for short stays. Student visas are available for international students studying at schools and universities. Work visas are offered to skilled workers in industries where labor shortages exist, including healthcare, construction, agriculture, engineering, and technology. The country also has residency pathways for migrants who meet skill and investment requirements. Many people apply for permanent residence because New Zealand offers safety, clean environments, good salaries, and high quality of life. Immigration policies are carefully managed to balance economic growth and population needs. Politically, New Zealand is a parliamentary democracy and constitutional monarchy. The British monarch is officially the head of state, but the country is governed by an elected parliament and prime minister. Elections are held regularly, and the political system is known for stability, transparency, and low corruption. New Zealand was also one of the first countries in the world to give women the right to vote in 1893, making it historically important in democratic development. The government focuses strongly on healthcare, environmental protection, indigenous Māori rights, education, climate policy, and economic development. Māori representation in politics has increased over time, and Māori culture is now an important part of national identity and public life. Tourists visit New Zealand because it offers some of the most beautiful natural scenery on Earth. The country has snow-covered mountains, volcanoes, lakes, fjords, beaches, forests, and green countryside. Milford Sound is one of the world's most famous fjords and attracts visitors with waterfalls and dramatic cliffs. Rotorua is famous for geothermal activity, hot springs, and Maori cultural experiences. Adventure lovers travel to Queenstown for bungee jumping, skiing, skydiving, and mountain sports. Lake Tekapo is famous for blue water and stargazing, while Tongariro National Park attracts hikers and volcano explorers. Tourists also enjoy beaches, whale watching, glacier tours, vineyards, and scenic road trips across both islands. New Zealand is often considered one of the safest and cleanest countries in the world. English is widely spoken, transportation is organized, healthcare is advanced, and local people are generally known for friendliness and hospitality. The combination of modern cities, outdoor adventure, peaceful society, and stunning natural beauty makes New Zealand one of the world's top tourism and study destinations.